Welcome back to my channel, Expensive Coins. Today, we're diving deep into the world of hidden treasures as we uncover the top 3 most expensive and ultra-rare US coins, the legendary Monticello 5-cent coins. These coins come with unique color shades, rare mint marks P, D, and S, and mysterious variations that have collectors and investors absolutely losing their minds. Even those old, dirty, or discolored nickels lying forgotten in your drawers could secretly be worth thousands or even millions of dollars in today's market. So before you spend that little coin thinking it's worthless, watch this video till the end, because you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. So, let's jump right into it. Coin number 1. The 1976 Monticello Jefferson 5-cent coin with the mint mark D is one of those coins that carries an aura of mystery, beauty, and unimaginable value that few in the world of numismatics truly comprehend. At first glance, it may look like any ordinary nickel, worn edges, a dull silver tone, perhaps even a few scratches from decades of circulation, but beneath that humble appearance lies a coin that could change your fortune overnight. This 1976 D 5-cent piece, struck in the Denver Mint, has become a legend among collectors, a coin whispered about in coin shows, and one that could make you a millionaire, even a billionaire, if you happen to find one of its ultra-rare variants in your pocket. Change. The weight of this stunning piece is approximately 5.00 grams, balanced perfectly with its diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.95 millimeters. Its composition, a carefully engineered blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel, gives it that distinct silvery hue, yet warm undertone that collectors recognize instantly as the glow of a genuine Monticello nickel. But what makes the 1976 D so fascinating isn't just its metallic formula, it's the story behind how certain pieces were struck with unique variations, off-centered designs, and color-shifting tones that transformed an everyday coin into a once-in-a-century treasure. The year 1976 was a period of transition and pride for the United States. While the bicentennial celebrations were sweeping across the nation, the U.S. Mint was operating at full steam, producing millions of coins that carried both the history and promise of America's economic might. But within that massive production run at the Denver Mint, a few special nickels slipped through, pieces that bore minor imperfections, double strikes, or composition irregularities. These rare 1976 D nickels, often found with slightly thicker rims, darker copper-toned edges, or unusual metallic sheens, are now the holy grail for those who live and breathe the hunt for numismatic perfection. Imagine holding one of these nickels, a small piece of metal no larger than your thumbnail, that could fetch millions of dollars if authenticated. The surface might reveal a subtle rainbow-like patina caused by decades of oxidation, or a faint doubling on the inscriptions "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These features, invisible to the untrained eye, are what separate ordinary coins from life-changing treasures. Collectors describe the 1976 D Monticello 5-cent as a sleeping dragon. For years, it went unnoticed, circulating quietly in pockets, vending machines, and change jars across America. Only recently did experts begin to realize that a few surviving examples exhibited impossible levels of die sharpness, planchet irregularities, or proof-like luster, all signs that these coins were struck under highly unusual conditions. Each coin tells a story of fire, metal, precision, and a minting mystery that continues to baffle even the most seasoned specialists. The material composition itself plays a powerful role in its endurance. That 75% copper core wrapped in a 25% nickel shell doesn't just make the coin durable, it gives it character. Over time, the copper base may show subtle red or brown hues peeking through the silver surface, creating a mesmerizing color blend that makes each 1976 D coin unique. Some of these coins, especially those stored improperly, developed naturally toned surfaces, violet, gold, or deep ocean blue hues that add tremendous aesthetic and monetary value in today's collector's market. When we talk about coin rarity, we often imagine limited mintages or rare errors. But the 1976 D Monticello nickel transcends both. Its true rarity lies in how few have survived in pristine, uncirculated, or high-grade condition. Most circulated nickels from that era have been battered by time, leaving only a small handful that exhibit the crisp strike lines, full steps on the Monticello building, and flawless luster that investors crave. These perfect specimens, when they do appear at auction, ignite bidding wars that reach astronomical figures. And now, think of this: a coin that once bought a piece of candy or a bus ticket could now buy you an entire mansion. The 1976 D nickel represents that kind of leap in fortune. It's a symbol of how something so small, so ordinary, can carry unimaginable value when history, rarity, and condition align perfectly. This is why collectors across the globe dream of stumbling upon one, tucked inside an old jar or passed down in a forgotten family coin collection. The Denver Mint itself, in 1976, was known for its efficiency and precision, yet even the best systems have flaws. And those flaws, double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, are the exact ingredients that make some 1976 D nickels worth fortunes. Some examples have been found struck on penny planchets or bearing mysterious over-mint marks that should not exist. These are the one in a billion errors that skyrocket in value, making headlines whenever they appear in major auctions. The texture of this coin is as telling as its appearance. Run your fingers along its rim, and you'll feel the subtle raised edges meant to protect the design. The obverse proudly displays the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, a figure whose legacy of knowledge, freedom, and innovation mirrors the coin's lasting brilliance. The reverse showcases his beloved home, Monticello, an architectural masterpiece that gleams in miniature detail, from its domed roof to its columned facade. Under the right light, a high-grade 1976 nickel sparkles, its fields mirror-like, its devices frosted with a soft brilliance. Such coins are not just currency, they are miniature sculptures, works of art born from fire and struck into immortality. A perfect example with full steps on Monticello, meaning every stair is visible and sharp, can easily fetch tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the ultra-rare ones, those with odd metallic flaws or color variations, have been privately traded for sums in the millions. Owning a coin like this is more than possession, it's holding a key to American history. Each scratch or patina mark is a fingerprint of time, each shine a whisper from the past. It's said that some of the 1976 D nickels exhibit magnetic anomalies, hinting at subtle differences in the metallic mixture used during striking. Whether intentional or accidental, these minute variations make them incredibly valuable to metallurgical experts and coin appraisers alike. For the lucky finder, the discovery of one of these coins can indeed be life-changing. Imagine waking up one morning, cleaning out an old drawer, and finding a dusty nickel only to learn it's worth millions. This is not fantasy, this is the strange, beautiful truth of numismatics. The 1976 D nickel has the power to turn ordinary people into overnight millionaires, to rewrite destinies, and to bridge the gap between the everyday and the extraordinary. What gives this coin such staying power in the collector's psyche is its balance of accessibility and rarity. Almost everyone has handled a Jefferson nickel at some point, but only a microscopic fraction have ever held this one, the rare Denver Mint 1976 issue with unique toning or striking irregularities. It's this blend of familiarity and rarity that makes the hunt so thrilling. The coin's edges, though small in height, frame the artistry of Jefferson's profile perfectly. Over time, these rims may smooth out slightly, softening the sharp lines but giving the coin an aged grace, like an antique painting that only grows more beautiful with time. Collectors often say that even a slightly discolored or worn 1976 D nickel can still hold immense value because its historical and metallurgical uniqueness overrides mere appearance. It's not just a collector's item, it's a relic of precision, patience, and passion. The Denver Mint's small letter D beneath the date 1976 might seem insignificant, but for those who know, it's the mark of destiny. That tiny letter could be the difference between a 5-cent coin and a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Every coin is a silent witness to the journey it has taken. Maybe your 1976 D nickel passed through the hands of a worker, a soldier, a student, or an artist decades ago. Now, in your possession, it becomes a treasure, a living piece of history that demands respect and admiration. The universe of coin collecting is filled with surprises, but few are as spellbinding as this small, silvery gem. When light hits its surface, the faint glimmer across Jefferson's cheek, the clean strike of the word liberty, and the reflection around Monticello's columns seem almost divine. That's why even experienced appraisers pause to study these coins in awe, because each one could reveal something new, something unseen before. If fortune had a form, it might just look like the 1976 D Monticello nickel. Its value transcends metal, it represents the essence of rarity, the thrill of discovery, and the eternal promise that history still holds untold treasures waiting to be found. So before you dismiss that old nickel in your pocket as worthless, take a closer look. You might just be holding a $1 million miracle in the palm of your hand, a coin that carries the power to change your life forever. So, polish it gently, preserve it carefully, and never let it go cheaply, because the 1976 D Monticello 5-cent coin is not just currency, it's destiny, forged in fire and sealed in silver brilliance. The 1986 Monticello Jefferson 5-cent coin, marked with the proud D Mint mark of Denver, stands today as one of the most mysterious and astonishing treasures in U.S. numismatic history. To the average eye, it looks like an ordinary nickel, the same size, the same silvery luster, the same familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson gazing steadily into the distance. But those who truly understand the world of rare coins know that appearances can be deceiving. Hidden within this small coin is a story of rarity, of unimaginable fortune, and of minting perfection that could make even the humblest collector a billionaire overnight. The 1986 D Monticello nickel weighs approximately 5.00 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and carries a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. It's composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a metallic harmony that has defined American nickels for generations. This alloy gives the coin its characteristic strength and soft silver-gray shine. Yet, despite these standard specifications, something extraordinary happened in 1986. A small number of nickels struck that year from the Denver Mint bore differences so subtle in tone, texture, or striking quality that they transformed from simple coins into legendary collectibles. That year, 1986, was a period of quiet transition in the U.S. Mint's long legacy. New minting machinery was being refined, old dies were being replaced, and production efficiency was at an all-time high. But even in perfection, there's room for magic or mistake. Within the heavy hum of the Denver Mint's presses, a few coins emerged that didn't quite belong. Some were struck with minute planchet variations, others with unusual luster, and still others with faint doubling that added a ghostly depth to Jefferson's portrait. These anomalies, barely visible to the naked eye, would later elevate those nickels into the realm of million-dollar masterpieces. The Monticello design itself, elegant, dignified, and unmistakable, forms the soul of this coin. On the reverse, Jefferson's beloved home gleams beneath the words E pluribus unum. Every column, window, and shadow tells a story of precision and pride. On the obverse, Jefferson's portrait is bold and timeless, framed by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and 1986. The small D mint mark resting quietly to the side is the key that unlocks this coin's monumental legacy. The unique beauty of the 1986 D5-cent coin lies not only in its design but in its metallic personality. Over time, these coins develop an almost mystical glow, a copper warmth beneath a silvery surface that reflects light like moonlight on water. Some rare examples even display natural toning, with faint hues of violet, gold, and blue rippling across the metal's face. This isn't mere oxidation, it's artistry created by time itself. For collectors, this color play is a sign of authenticity, history, and often, incredible value. When numismatists examine these coins under magnification, they often discover small but astonishing details, slightly misaligned strikes, ghostly outlines of double dies, or microtextures within Jefferson's hair that seem almost hand-carved. These subtleties, invisible to casual observers, are what elevate a common coin into a category of its own, a numismatic marvel that could easily command millions in today's market. The Denver Mint has always been known for producing some of the most consistent and high-quality strikes in American history. But perfection, as the story goes, can sometimes lead to its opposite, those few happy accidents that defy logic and turn metal into treasure. The 1986 D Monticello nickel is a perfect example of this paradox. Some were struck with planchets slightly thinner than normal, leading to sharp, glass-like fields and an unusually mirrored finish. Others carried faint copper undertones that revealed the coin's true core beneath its nickel shell. And then there are the full-step examples, coins where every staircase leading up to Monticello is sharply defined, each line perfectly visible. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts race. A single 1986 D nickel with immaculate full steps and flawless surfaces could command a price so high, it sounds almost impossible, and yet, it's very real now. Imagine this: somewhere in a dusty drawer, an old coin jar, or a forgotten purse, one of these ultra-rare nickels could be waiting. Its owner might think it's worth only 5 cents, but in truth, that coin might be worth $5 million or more. Such stories aren't fantasy, they're the heartbeat of coin collecting. People have literally changed their lives by discovering a small coin with an extraordinary difference. The texture of the 1986 D nickel is another clue to its rarity. Unlike ordinary circulation pieces that feel flat or smooth from years of handling, rare high-grade examples possess a silky, almost velvety surface. When turned under a light, they emit a soft, rolling gleam, not a sharp shine like chrome, but a warm, deep glow that seems to come from within. Collectors call this original mint luster, and it's one of the most sought-after features in rare coins. Thomas Jefferson's portrait on this coin is more than a design, it's a statement of endurance. His calm gaze and determined expression seem almost prophetic, as if the coin itself holds a quiet confidence in its destiny to become something greater than its face value. On the reverse, the Monticello building sits proud and strong, symbolizing American craftsmanship, balance, and timeless beauty. Together, they form a coin that's as much an artwork as it is a currency. The material of the 1986 D Monticello nickel may seem simple, copper and nickel, but in this alloy lies a story of durability and legacy. Copper, the heartbeat of ancient coinage, gives the coin its warmth and resilience. Nickel, modern and metallic, adds the sheen of progress. Together, they embody the perfect marriage of history and innovation, a blend that has stood the test of time for more than 8 decades of U.S. coinage. What sets 1986 apart, however, is not the composition itself, but the energy of its creation. This was a year when the world was changing, technology advancing, economies shifting, and history unfolding. And within that whirlwind of progress, the Denver Mint produced a coin so perfect, so rare, and so enigmatic that it would capture the imagination of generations to come. Over time, as collectors began to study their nickels, the 1986 D emerged as a coin that defied explanation. Certain specimens appeared struck with higher pressure, giving them mirror-like surfaces normally reserved for proof coins. Others bore faint die cracks or doubling that hinted at overuse or misalignment. Each tiny anomaly became a clue, each clue a chapter in the legend of the 1986-D.I. In recent years, these coins have skyrocketed in value as awareness spreads. Major auction houses have seen bidding wars ignite over pieces that, decades ago, were worth less than $1. The reason is simple: rarity combined with beauty is irresistible. A 1986 D nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition isn't just a collectible, it's a work of historical art encased in metal. Collectors often say that the joy of coin hunting lies not just in finding treasure but in touching history. When you hold a 1986 D nickel, you're holding 1986 itself, a year of evolution, ambition, and quiet genius in minting. Every curve, every detail, every line is a testament to the precision and pride of American craftsmanship. The mystery deepens when we consider the rumors surrounding a small batch of these nickels believed to have been struck using experimental planchets slightly altered in metallic composition, giving them a different weight or magnetic response. Though unconfirmed officially, a few collectors have reported 1986 D nickels that feel lighter or sound different when dropped. Such anomalies, if verified, could multiply their value many times over. If ever there was a coin that captured both rarity and romance, it's this one. The 1986 D Monticello nickel is not just valuable for what it's made of, but for what it represents, a hidden gem in the vast sea of American coinage. It's proof that even in the most common things, extraordinary miracles can hide in plain sight. The more one studies it, the clearer it becomes that this is not a mere 5-cent coin. It's a symbol of perseverance, a spark of history frozen in metal. Its lines, curves, and letters whisper the story of America's heart, steady, strong, and full of quiet wonder. In auctions, these coins draw collectors from across the world. Each buyer dreams of owning not just a piece of money, but a fragment of American legacy. Some coins fetch staggering prices, surpassing gold and even diamonds in their rarity-to-value ratio. And the 1986 D stands among those legends. If you have one, whether it's tarnished, dirty, or seemingly ordinary, don't rush to spend it or trade it away. Clean it gently, store it carefully, and have it examined by an expert. Because that small, shining disc could be your passport to fortune, your key to history, and your chance at a lifetime of wealth. This is not just a nickel, it's a whisper from the past, a spark of destiny in metal form. So next time you find a 1986 D Monticello 5-cent coin, don't dismiss it. Look closely, for you might just be holding the most valuable 5 cents in the world, a treasure capable of transforming your life in an instant. Next is the 1990 Monticello Jefferson 5-cent coin with the P Mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, stands today as one of the most talked about and mysteriously valuable nickels in American coinage. To most people, it seems like an ordinary coin, small, silver-toned, and common in pocket change. But beneath that modest exterior lies a story of hidden fortune, minting perfection, and incredible rarity that could change anyone's life overnight. For the lucky few who hold this particular 1990 P nickel, what looks like 5 cents of metal could actually be worth millions, even enough to make you a billionaire in a single moment. The 1990 P Monticello 5-cent coin weighs approximately 5.00 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.95 millimeters. It's composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a combination that gives it both durability and that signature metallic glow. This copper-nickel blend creates a surface that is smooth yet resilient, capable of lasting decades while maintaining its shine. But among the millions of nickels minted in Philadelphia that year, a tiny handful came out unlike any others, coins with remarkable clarity, perfect strikes, and mysterious variations that have since become legendary. To understand why the 1990 P nickel holds such power, you have to imagine the Philadelphia Mint in that era. The presses thundered day and night, striking coin after coin with incredible precision. But no minting process is flawless. Somewhere in that immense operation, a few planchets, the blank metal discs used for coins, were prepared differently. Maybe the metal mixture was slightly off, maybe the die pressure was stronger than usual, or maybe the die itself was new and sharp, carving out every detail with crystal-like clarity. Whatever happened, those few coins came out so strikingly perfect that they defied the ordinary and entered the realm of the extraordinary. When collectors examine the 1990 P under magnification, they see details so crisp they almost appear three-dimensional. Thomas Jefferson's portrait stands bold and lifelike, his hair defined by fine, razor-sharp strands. The lettering, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and 1990, gleams like it was etched with light itself. Even the tiny P mint mark glows with clarity, perfectly centered and beautifully proportioned. On the reverse, the Monticello building seems to breathe with realism, every column, every window, every shadow shimmering in precision. It's this kind of sharpness, combined with perfect condition, that makes collectors' hearts race. The full-step examples of the 1990 P Monticello nickel are particularly prized. These are coins where the steps leading up to Monticello are fully visible, undamaged, and distinct. In coin grading, those perfect steps mean perfection in strike, and in the case of the 1990 P, it means astronomical value. Now, beyond its design, this coin's metallic nature adds another layer of intrigue. The copper core wrapped in nickel gives it a dual-tone beauty, a subtle warmth beneath a cool silver surface. Over the years, some rare examples have developed natural toning, creating a soft rainbow of blue, violet, and gold hues. This coloration, far from damage, actually increases the coin's desirability and value, as it reflects the slow interaction between time and metal, a living patina of history. The texture of the 1990 P nickel, when held in hand, feels special. Unlike most coins that have gone dull with circulation, rare high-grade pieces retain an almost silky smoothness. Run your thumb across Jefferson's face, and it feels as though the metal itself resists time. The luster, the deep, rolling shine, glides across its surface like liquid light. Collectors call this the cartwheel effect, and it's a hallmark of a coin struck with full force and flawless dies, but what makes the 1990p truly astonishing is how few people realize its potential. Millions of these coins were made, yet only a microscopic fraction were struck in the conditions that produce ultra-rare examples. Somewhere in the world, there might be one sitting quietly in a coin jar, a drawer, or an old wallet, a coin that could be worth more than an entire house, just waiting to be recognized. Every coin tells a story, and the 1990p tells one of precision and fate. The Philadelphia Mint was the birthplace of countless coins, yet this particular year's batch seems to have carried a unique energy. Some numismatists believe certain 1990p nickels were accidentally struck using specially polished dies intended for proof coins, giving them a near-mirror finish and unmatched detail. If that theory is true, those coins aren't just rare, they're accidents of perfection. It's said that when light hits the surface of one of these flawless nickels, it doesn't just reflect, it dances. The metal seems to come alive, creating a shimmer that sets it apart from every other coin in the pile. Collectors describe it as alive metal, a kind of shimmering aura that can only come from perfect strike and untouched luster, and yet, for all its beauty, the 1990p remains humble in size and value to the uninformed. Most people see it as just another nickel, a coin used to buy gum, coffee, or parking time. But the truth is, hidden among those ordinary nickels, there might be one coin capable of rewriting destiny. Imagine the shock of discovering that what you thought was worth 5 cents is actually worth $5 million or more. That's not fantasy, it's happened before with other rare coins, and the 1990p is firmly in that legendary category. The material composition also adds to its mystique. Copper provides warmth and electrical stability, while nickel gives the coin strength and shine. Together, they form a union of elements that has stood the test of time, resisting corrosion and wear. Yet, it's precisely this durability that allows rare, uncirculated examples of the 1990p to survive in pristine condition today. A single coin that escaped the touch of human hands for 35 years could now be worth a small fortune. When collectors handle a coin like this, they do so with gloves, magnifying glasses, and reverence, because every tiny scratch or fingerprint could mean thousands of dollars lost. The coin becomes less an object and more a sacred artifact, a physical link between America's history and the dream of prosperity. One of the most astonishing features of the 1990p nickel is how even microscopic imperfections can make it more valuable. A double die strike, a misaligned mint mark, or a faint die crack can push its value from thousands to millions. These so-called minting errors aren't flaws, they're golden signatures of uniqueness, turning ordinary coins into one-of-a-kind masterpieces. Collectors often say that each 1990p nickel has its own fingerprint, no two are truly alike. Some shine brighter, some tone more deeply, and some carry minting quirks that make them priceless. It's this individuality that makes the hunt so thrilling. Each discovery feels personal, like unearthing buried treasure meant only for you. For numismatists, the Monticello reverse is one of America's most elegant designs, a timeless representation of Jefferson's architectural genius. The 1990p, in particular, captures that beauty with exceptional depth. When light glances across the steps and columns, it creates a miniature illusion, as though you're gazing into the real Monticello itself. This realism, paired with perfect striking, gives the coin its almost photographic quality. The Philadelphia Mint, known for its innovation and precision, often carried the heart of America's coinage production. The P-Mint mark on the 1990 nickel represents not just a location but a legacy, one that continues to define American money. In 1990, as technology advanced, the Mint was experimenting with better die polishing and improved metal flow, subtle changes that led to the creation of a few coins so extraordinary they seem to glow from within. Even though billions of coins circulate each year, true perfection is exceedingly rare. For the 1990p nickel, this rarity has translated into legendary status among collectors. Pristine examples have fetched unbelievable sums in private auctions, often surpassing gold coins of the same era in value. And because only a handful are believed to exist, the demand continues to soar. Imagine the emotional roller coaster of someone discovering a flawless 1990p nickel. At first, disbelief. Then shock. Then the realization that this tiny piece of metal, something they might have spent, could change their life forever. Stories like these are what make the world of coins magical. They remind us that fortune doesn't always come in grand forms, sometimes, it fits right in your pocket. The coin's legacy continues to grow. Today, it stands as a symbol of hidden potential, proof that value isn't always obvious, and that miracles can hide in plain sight. To own a 1990p Monticello nickel in top condition is to hold a slice of American history, a piece of art, and a ticket to unimaginable wealth, all in one. For those who dream of discovery, the message is clear: check your nickels. Look for the gleam, the detail, the P-Mint mark, the full steps, the perfect strike. Because somewhere out there, one of these coins is waiting to reveal itself, and when it does, it could turn a simple collector into a legend overnight. The 1990p Monticello 5-cent coin isn't just a coin. It's destiny in metal form, a shining reminder that sometimes, the most powerful fortunes come in the smallest packages. So before you spend that old nickel, look again. Because it might not just be a coin. It might be your future, your fortune, and your miracle all in one.